Say for example guys, you don't have the alembic file that I showed you in the previous lesson. So another thing, that because this is a non-commercial version of Houdini, you cannot export these meshes to alembic. So for example, if you go to file and export, you see they are inactive. So that's not a problem at all, because you can go to rendering and shading without need to alembic file. So what you can do here, as you remember, we cached the mesh. This is the first layer and second and third layer. So now you don't need almost the most of this node. We don't need that. So what we can do, guys, I can select these nodes, these three nodes, and Control and C, and then I can open new scene. And then here I hit tab on the keyboard and type geometry, and then I will dive inside and this node created by default by Houdini, and then Control and V. If you don't see the file, if you don't see the cache in the viewport, so what you need to do is click on this icon and set the path again. So as you remember, we created the project in the Houdini project and viscosity and in the geo folder. So here is the first emitter, this is the second, this is the third, this is the first emitter. So I will hit accept. So now I loaded the first emitter. So now again I will go to the second node, and then I will click again and set the path again, and again I will go to Houdini project viscosity. I can make that a shortcut here, as you see, so every time I don't need to go again in the folders. So I will click on second emitter, and this is the third one, and I will load it again in the geo and third emitter. Okay, and after that you type merge and select all the nodes and connect it to the merge and move the circles here. And when you put a material for every layer, you type material here. This is material and material to set the materials. I will show you in the next lesson how to set up the materials for the mesh, so don't worry about these nodes for now. So this is another way, guys, to import your files or your caches to Houdini. I will set it to 500. As I said, guys, if you don't have the alembic file, and because you are using non-commercial edition of Houdini, you cannot export these meshes to alembic. So this is the only way you can render and shade your meshes or your simulation. Okay, so see you in the next lesson.